Welcome to the first day of class here at Johnston Community College. This is CJC 212, which is an ethics class, ethics and community policing. My name is Stephen Bell. I'll be your instructor for the next 16 weeks here in the semester. I am really looking forward to getting this class started and getting into the meat and potatoes of what we are going to be discussing for a few months. When it comes to the world of criminal justice, ethics is crucial. A lot of the decisions that are made in the world of criminal justice are viewed through the lens of ethical dilemmas. So whether it be policing decisions, discretion on when to enforce the law, deciding on when an appropriate plea deal should be allowed, there are just a ton of ethical dilemmas and ethical decisions that need to be made. And that's why this class is so important. That's why I really enjoy teaching this class. A little bit about myself. I'm probably the farthest instructor that you'll have distance-wise. I am currently in Los Angeles, and I am a few months away from retiring from the Los Angeles Police Department. I've been with the LAPD for just shy of 22 years. Had some really good assignments, really fun assignments. I spent several years either as an undercover operator or supervising undercover operations in the world of human trafficking and underground casinos, things like that. I also spent a lot of years investigating narcotics. I was in patrol, I actually started out my educational career teaching at the LAPD Academy. So that's where I got my feet wet and fell in love with teaching. And from there, started seeking out at the college level opportunities for me to get into the classroom and continue teaching. My educational background, I was an adult learner. I didn't go back to school until I was already with the LAPD. And that's when I earned my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, continued going to school as an adult learner, earned a master's in criminal justice. And even today, just like you, I'm still in school. I am about a year away from completing my PhD in criminal justice and leadership, and really looking forward to completing the research that's going to allow me to finish that. So if you have any questions about the challenges or what I experienced going through school as an adult learner with the responsibilities of another job, as well as completing assignments and reading and tests and juggling all of those responsibilities, by all means, reach out. I would love to share the challenges and the solutions that I had. I think education is more than just books and theoretical learning. If you can pass on experiential knowledge, that's huge too. Let's kind of transition a little bit to the class. Like I said, this is CJC 212, an ethics class. Let me pull the book up, make sure you guys have the right book. This is a book that we're going to be using. So if you are having trouble finding this book to purchase, please reach out to me. We're going to touch on a little bit about how to get a hold of me. Like I said, I'm in Los Angeles, so we need to establish some office hours of when I'm available. But I'm always available via email. So if you have any questions that are not urgent, just send an email and I will get back to you. But this is the book that we're going to be using. From what I understand, it is not available as an ebook. So you will need to purchase a hard copy. If for some reason that changes or some of you find it as an ebook, by all means, let me know. The class is going to run from Friday to Friday. So all assignments are going to be due Friday night. We will pick back up again. I should rephrase that. It's going to run from Saturday to Friday because Friday at 11:59 p.m. is when assignments are going to be due. The next week will start a minute later at the beginning of Saturday. So keep that in mind. One of the really important things to remember about a class that ends at midnight every week is that if you procrastinate and wait until the last couple hours of the week when assignments are due, and then you start having some technical difficulties, there is no one to reach out to at 9, 10, 11 o'clock. The campus is closed, IT is closed, Jolt isn't available, and there's a lot of times when I may not be available, when it's close to midnight. So the better plan is to complete your assignments, and if you do have any challenges early on in the week, we can work through those challenges as opposed to waiting to the last couple hours when everything is closed. Let me check my notes here. Just like anybody else, I'm not perfect. I don't remember everything that I plan to say. So I share with you that I use notes because I expect you to also take notes as you go through the reading and you find things that are what you believe to be important in the textbook. Or as we discuss through the week, if I upload a lecture, I will let you know the important things. And when I let you know an important subject or an important tidbit, write it down. It's going to help you remember it. It's going to help you succeed in the exams and thereby succeed in the class. First off, one of the very first things I want you to do, if you haven't already, as soon as this video is complete, there are two things that we need to have you do. The first is the student verification form, and the second is the enrollment verification quiz. Both of those need to be completed ASAP so that we don't lose you from the class, because if those items are not completed, eventually you may be dropped from the class and you're gonna lose out on your opportunity to stay here. So we don't have to come and chase you down. Look up those two items, the student verification form and the enrollment verification quiz, and just complete them and submit them. Then we can move forward from there. We're gonna touch on that again shortly as I share my screen here. We're going to show you where those things are if you haven't already taken some classes here at JCC. Each week, we're gonna have a discussion board forum or a discussion post. That's going to allow us to interact with each other. You're gonna interact with me, you're gonna interact with the other students, and most importantly, you're gonna interact with material. So that three-pronged approach of getting you to express how you conceptualize the material is important to me to make sure that you're understanding the material and also getting other points of view, because one of the things I want you to do in these discussion posts is not only just regurgitate the material, but I want you to express how that material is viewed through your own personal lens. I don't think it's as beneficial if all you do is repeat what's in the book. So we all have a diverse background. You hear a lot about diversity, especially in education. Diversity obviously can mean racial diversity or national origin, things like that. But one of the more important aspects of education, I think, is experiential diversity. I told you a little bit about my educational and my career experiences. I have a different life path than even other police officers have experienced. I have a different life path than each of you. And what I'd like to see is, instead of just me telling 30 other students how I view the world, how I view the material, I would like to see how the material is viewed through 30 other lives, 30 other pairs of eyes, how you see this material, how this material can be applied to your life, and how your experiences can change the viewpoint from the textbook, the readings, and things like that. So I encourage you, as you go through these discussion board posts, bring out your own life experience as you discuss our different topics each week. I'm going to give you, it's in the syllabus, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of my expectations on these discussion boards. First of all, the first post should be completed by Monday. That will give the rest of the class ample opportunity for the rest of the week to respond. So your first post should be at least 300 words addressing whatever prompt that I've given you for the week. And your responses, there should be at least 2 of them, 2 to other students. And each of those responses should be at least 150 words. I'd like to see you reference the material. I know that sometimes in discussion boards, material is hard to reference in APA format. These classes are designed to have the APA expectation. While in papers, it's a lot easier to format APA. In discussion boards, it's a little more difficult with the software that you use in Blackboard. What I want to see is at least show me that you're trying. Have a reference section, put the proper formatting. If it doesn't line up perfectly, I'm not going to knock points off, but I want to give you points by showing me that you're at least trying to use APA format. I will allow you to vary one aspect of APA in general. APA does not allow you to use first person. You can't say, I did this. But because I'm encouraging you to use your own live experiences in the discussion board forums alone, not in the papers, but in the discussion board forums, I will allow you to use first person without taking away any points for violating that one APA rule. I do expect you to cite the book each week, at least something in the book, because those discussion board prompts will have a basis in the material. I want you to cite something from the book, and I encourage you to use outside resources as well. If you want to cite something from another article, you want to go to Google Scholar and find something that discusses that week's subject, then by all means, cite that as well. But at least cite week's readings. We will have at least one one paper due through the semester. I will give you further instructions on that as we get closer to it. It's towards the end of the semester. But as we get into the semester, I want to give you enough time to work on that paper so you're not rushing and waiting to the week that it's due. I believe it's week 14, somewhere around there. But as we get in a week or two into it, we're going to discuss the requirements of that paper. Again, it's an APA format, and I expect you to follow all the rules of APA as we go through that. And I want to see you express yourselves in that paper. Aside from that, there will be 10 exams spread out through the 10 chapters of our book. Just so we won't have one every week, but if you read the weekly course, you should be able to see when those exams are. Let me share my screen because I want to show you a couple things that will allow you to succeed in this class. All right. First of all, this is the page that gives all my contact information. I want you guys to reach out to me if you have any challenges, any issues, any struggles, any questions. If you have any questions about the course material or questions about the world of criminal justice or police work, career opportunities, I'm here. I want to be a resource for you. Just like the textbook is a resource for you, I want to be a resource for you as well. As we go up here to the announcements page, you will see eventually this is going to be uploaded in the announcements, but right now we don't have any. Please, every time you log into Blackboard, I want you to check the announcements page. That's where I do the bulk of my communicating with you. Moving down, you're going to see our weekly content here. Most importantly, as we discussed earlier, when you're done here, go to the Getting Started page, work on that student acknowledgement form, as well as the enrollment verification quiz. If you want to know how I'm going to grade your discussion boards and your writing assignments, then it's very clear. I lay it out for you. The easiest way to get the best grade is to follow the rubric in any class. So your writing assignment rubric is going to be right here. This tells you exactly how to get full points on every single category. So please refer to the rubric when you're using your writing assignments as well as your discussion board forums. It'll tell you exactly, it's a cheat sheet on how to get a perfect score. Our course information is here. One of the earliest things you need to do is refer to the syllabus, which can be found right here. Open that syllabus, read it. It should answer any questions you have about our upcoming class. And if you have any questions about the expectations of the class throughout the 16 weeks, by all means, take a look again. It's available for you. Also list the textbook if you have any questions on which textbook we're using. One of the newer aspects of Blackboard, it's been around for a little bit, but it's not used a lot, is the collaboration. What I'm going to try to do throughout the semester is have some live opportunities for us to interact and answer any questions that you have instead of having to do it one at a time via email or a phone call. If you have a question, maybe somebody else has the same question. So I may do some collaboration, synchronous style classroom settings. I'll put out a time, I'll give you guys plenty of notice, and then perhaps as many of you as can join us in this virtual classroom, and we can all discuss some of the current topics that's going on in the class. And again, right here, here's where you'll find my instructor info. If you have any questions on how to reach me, this is how you'll do it. That's all I have right now for this introduction. Again, I'm really excited to get started, meet each of you, and start going over this ethics textbook. If you have any challenges that you need me to give you a hand with, or you need to make me aware of, please, earlier is better than later. If you think you're going to be late with an assignment, if you have some work conflicts, if you have some family conflicts, the sooner you let me know about these conflicts, the easier it is for me to address them and give you a hand. If you try to call me at 11:58 on Friday night and say, hey, something came up, you're going to be out of luck, unfortunately. You're probably not going to be able to get a hold of me, and your paper is going to be late, and there's going to be consequences. However, you get a hold of me on Wednesday and say, hey, I got tied up. There's something going on in the family. There's something going on with work. Life happens. I told you, I've been an adult student. I've been an adult learner. I still am an adult learner. I know what it's like to have challenges with home, with work, and with school. I can sympathize with them. I can appreciate them, but you have to let me know. I have to be aware of them. Okay? So welcome again to this class. Let's get started. Again, make sure you take care of that enrollment verification quiz and that student verification form if you hadn't, and we will talk again shortly.